Hi there. This video is Order of Operations Level 3 Part 1, which means the questions are a little longer. You have to be careful. So let's get to it. We're using BEDMAS. So when we look at this question, first thing I'm going to look for is brackets. So there's a set of brackets here. There's a set of brackets here. I'm going to use going to do all the possible steps. You probably could shortcut a little bit and do the two sets of brackets at one time, but don't do that until you're good at this. First you get good, then you get fast. So everything else except this, 9 minus 3 is 6 plus 2. That's my first step. So when you have two sets of brackets to deal with, it's like everything else. Whichever one you come to first, when you're doing the question, you do first. So 5 squared times 6 plus 2, 8 plus 7 is 15. All right, so there's no more brackets. So now I look at my exponents. There's my exponent. So 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. One step at a time. So no more exponents. Now there's no division in there, so we're at multiplication now. There's multiplication here, and there's multiplication here. So we do it as they appear. So this is first. 25 times 6 is 150, plus 2 times 50. 150 plus 30 is 180. This way, you're more likely to get the question right because you showed all your work. Also, if there's a mistake, you can go back and actually find it. And maybe it's just you added 8 and 7 and you got 14 out of it. That's like a math error. That's no big deal. But if you show your work, if you accidentally went 2 times 8 and then added 7 on the end, you'll be able to find that and know that that's not what you want to do next time. Take your time, do it right. All right, look at this one. Oh, look at all those exponents. That's so exciting. But there's no brackets. So exponents, there's a whole lot of them. Same rule, starting left to right, do them one at a time. So 5 squared is 25. Remember that dot? We talked about that before. That's for multiplication. Everything else, bring it down just the way it is. All right, so now there's my next exponent. So 25, 10 to the 3, 10 times 10 times 10, so that's 1,000. Now I've got this one. So 25 times 1,000 plus 3 times 3 times 3. Well, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 10 squared plus 2, 7, 10 to the 1. Oops. And try and work down so that your signs and everything stay in the same place. I know it's not going to be exactly perfect, but it'll save you from making mistakes and accidentally changing signs like a multiplication to an addition or something. 27 times 10 squared is 100. Oh, see what I mean? Five times 1,000 plus 27 times 100 plus, now this 2 to the 7. I'm going to work over here. 2 to the 7 is going to be 2 times. Multiplying all that out, remember. 2 is your base, So this is what I'm multiplying. This is how many times I'm multiplying. I can use my calculator to do this. And I can go to, now what I got there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Woohoo, got it right, 128. But I would much rather go to, let me move it up so you can see it better. And on my calculator, there's a button that says y to the x. And this is a power button. So I hit that, and then I put 7. See how it makes an exponent? And boom, once, a couple of steps, 128. Much easier than typing in 7, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, a whole bunch of times. So you can use 2, y to the x, 7, it's 128. On some calculators, they don't have that button, but you might be able to see a button that looks like that. And that's called the caret key. Any one of those will work for you. So back to question, 128 times, okay, I'm getting tired because I know 10 to the 1 is just plain 10. We're going to run out of room. So all of the exponents are gone now. No division. Now we're at multiplication. Left to right. We have 1,000 plus 128 times 10. Now this one, that's going to give me 2,700. And all I've got left is addition, and I am going to just do all of them at the same time. It's a little bit of a cheat, but wow, this has been a really long question. 25,000 plus 2,700 plus 120, 0. All right, 28,980. There is your final answer. Make your teacher happy. Circle your final answer. If you're wondering, could I have done that in a lot less steps? Yes. But at this point, I wanted to show you the whole meal deal so that as you're learning, you get good and then you get fast and know when you can put 2 steps at the same time. For example, this step, these 3 steps, the 25 times 1,000 and 27 times 100, and that could have been done all in. Do this one, and this one, because they're separated out nicely by the plus signs. All right, let's look at these other ones. These are cool because they've got some nested brackets. And you don't see that often. So you've got the square one, and then you've got the round brackets. So you work from the inside out. So I start here, and I look what's there, and because I have 2 sets of brackets, I'm going to start with that. So square bracket, 4, 3 plus 2 is 5, minus 3, 9 minus 7, divide by 7. Square bracket, 4, nope, not going to do that yet, because this is my next priority. I still have work in a bracket to do first. 9 minus 7 is 2. 4 times 5 is 20, minus 3 times 2, square bracket. Oh, look at that. I changed my number. That happens once in a while. So it happens, carry on, keeps checking. And that's why it's good to keep carrying stuff down and keep it nice and straight, because it's really easy to see that I'd accidentally put a 2 instead of a 7 there. 20 minus 6. By 7. See, at this point, my round brackets have all disappeared, but I still have the square set. So 20 minus 6 is 14 divided by 7. and that's 2. If you wanted to have the 14 there in square brackets, that'd be fine. It won't make any difference. Let's get that. Whoops. Get that mouse out of the way for you. I'm not sure if you could even see that. All right, so again, we've got a bunch of nested brackets here. So there's going to be my first thing to do. 2 square bracket 5 minus 3 is 2. And then everything else just comes along. Notice this 2 here. That actually means 2 times whatever's in there. If it was up here, then it would be an exponent, and then we'd have to multiply, but it doesn't. So 2, I need to do, sorry, that part next. So 2 times 2 plus 4, 10 minus 7 is 3. Square bracket. 2 square bracket. Now, I'm still solving within the square bracket, but now I've just got multiplication left. So this part's next. 4 times 3 square bracket. 2, 4 plus 12 square bracket. 2, 4, and 12 is 16. Oops. And that's going to give me 32. All right, and that's the end of the video.